To the future.
To the future. So, Ted and Dixie, back together again.
Well, you don't sound surprised.
Well, she is the great love of his life, right? Hard to compete with that. Believe me, I tried. No matter what I pulled, trust me, I pulled a lot. Couldn't keep her from running back to that imbecile.
Just gonna go ahead and ignore that last part.
Well, most people do.
So were you in love with her?
It's a sad habit of mine, falling for unavailable women. I think we'll have another round. Should I order some food?
No, thank you.
Just the drinks.
Of course.
You do know that it's not a good idea to get bombed on an empty stomach, right?
Thanks, Doc. So why don't you tell me a little bit more about you and Dixie? Was it always one-sided?
No. No, there was a time when Dixie had genuine feelings for me. Of course, that got Dumbo's blood boiling. I mean, a random affair, you probably could have gotten over that. An affair with me? Forget it. Dixie never lived it down. Made her less human in that idiot's eyes, or at least less worthy of being a sainted Martin. Which is really hypocrisy at its best, considering that Tad was notorious for sleeping around.
I heard. Tad the cad.
Oh, so he regaled you with his tales of his glory days, huh? Thank you.
Very well.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you thought it was cute, considering that the two of you are still in your honeymoon phase, right?
Actually, we technically didn't qualify.
Really? So being married to Tad wasn't a nonstop joyride?
That's not what I meant.
Wow. This is getting interesting.
Okay, just forget I said it.
No, wait a minute. This was your idea. You wanted to talk about love and marriage, right? So go ahead, spill.
Okay. Wasn't a real marriage. Not in the traditional sense. It's a lie.
Green card marriage, huh? Wow. Dad takes a walk on the wild side.
He saved my life.
And I'm sure you're very grateful. Perhaps even more than that, huh? All right, you gotta tell me. What is it that women see in that oversized gnome?
Okay, I'm going to tell you that this is pointless because Tad and I are meant to be, and it's time to move on.
Where to?
I'm going to go underground, to avoid deportation.
But that's not the only way.
Staying married to Tad's not an option.
Why not? Well, I'm sure that he'll go through the motions just to keep you alive.
He probably would, but then where does that leave me? I'm stuck. Nose pressed against the glass, watching what I almost had. Can I tell you the story of my life?
All right, look, I don't know you very well, but you don't strike me as an outside looking in kind of gal.
Well, that's because you don't remember that I spent most of my adolescence in hospitals, watching the world go by. But I'll tell you, when I beat that cancer, it was like full steam ahead for me. College, med school. I did everything I could to make up for all that lost time.
But you did join Doctors Without Borders, right?
I did. I met Jake. We fell in love, and he was like... I actually thought he was going to be my soulmate, but, being a doctor, that came first. I made this decision, and that particular decision cost me everything, and I was back on my own again.
So you landed right here in beautiful Pine Valley.
But for the first time, I actually felt like I was part of a community. There were friends, I had family, I had a parking spot at the hospital. I let myself believe the dream.
Well, I'm just grateful there were no more Martin spawn out of it. Thank you, God.
It's terrible. Until the rug was pulled right out from underneath me. And my brother, too.
And I suppose you despise me for that.
Saving lives? No. Tad and Kathy and Kendall, they're like some of the sweetest people I've ever known, and they deserve to be happy.
And what about you? What do you deserve? Speaking of Dumbo...
Don't let him see me. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't think he's going to give up anytime soon.
Well, which makes the fact that my plane's been delayed 1 million hours all the more infuriating, because that was the airline. I don't have any place to stay.
Well, I think you do. How about my place?
So, what's with the hotel room?
Well, I had a few houses since I've been here, but they never felt like a home.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because the not-so-fine citizens of Pine Valley haven't exactly welcomed me with open arms.
You're still here.
Yes, I am. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment, huh? Can't seem to let go of the place.
Or maybe you're just trying to prove yourself to those not-so-fine residents of Pine Valley.
Maybe. No, definitely. It's part of the reason why I started Project Orpheus. I thought that if I can dazzle them with my miracles, that they would be able to see the error of their ways and let me in, including my daughter. Well, those doors aren't exactly flying open now, are they? Can I get you a drink?
That would be great, yeah.
It's unbelievable. No matter how many people I save, how many miracles I perform.
You always feel like you're on the outside looking in. It bothers you, doesn't it, not being accepted?
Yes. Yes, it does. You're surprised.
Yeah. I really didn't think you cared what other people thought of you.
Because I'm a cold, heartless bastard, right?
I didn't say that.
Well, everyone else has. Believe me, I've made my mistakes. Made some very poor decisions. But I've also done unbelievable, incomparable good.
It's hard to shake a bad rep.
Yeah, right. Try impossible.
Well, people are in shock, you know? Give it time. Let the reality sink in.
You're right. You're kidding yourself. Trust me. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. Before long, the elation is going to die down, and I'm no longer going to be the genius who saved Zach and Dixie. I'm going to be the monster who kept them from their families, kept it a secret.
Excuse me. My brother.
Aren't you going to answer it?
And say what?
You don't have to tell him where you are. But at least let him know that you're safe. Trust me, that phone isn't going to stop ringing until you do.
My sister to do crazier. It's her. Cara?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Where are you?
I'm still in Pine Valley.
Well, listen, everybody's worried about you, especially Tad.
Well, you can tell everyone I'm fine. I love you.
Cara! Shut up.
You're right. Everyone's worried.
Well, then maybe now they'll worry a little less. Although, frankly, I don't think Tad has much of a leg to stand on. He didn't seem too concerned about you when he spent the night out with Dixie. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
Ah, it's the truth, right?
I thought you might like to get some rest before your flight.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Look, I know you think that everyone hates you in this town, but I don't think it's true.
Oh, no? Name one person. Aside from my daughter, and even that's debatable.
Me?
Hey.
If you need something to sleep in, I have some extra shirts. What?
I'm surprised that you're uncomfortable hearing that someone actually likes you.
I believe the exact term was doesn't hate. That is not exactly on par with like.
Okay. I will rephrase it then. I like you, David.
Well, that's a very lonely club.
Well, I'm used to being alone. Remember? When I met you, when I was sick, you were this force, you know, you were brilliant, yet empathetic, and I was impressed. I still am. So.
Well, I have no doubt that you'll be joining forces with the masses before long, demanding me drawn and quartered.
Maybe. But I don't think so.